I wanted to talk about my NDE experience. And the title of this video is What It Feels Like to Die. So for those who don't know what an NDE is a near-death experience. Quite a few people have had it in their lives, you know. They've left their bodies, left this realm, left this experience, left this reality. And I want to tell you something. When that happens to you, the amount of ego death you experience is close to a DMT trip. And they say when we meditate, we give our own DMT, we naturally give our own DMT high when we meditate. It's almost like an out-of-body experience. So now what happened was, it was my older brother's wedding. Celebrations, you know, festivities. People are happy, people are sad. But some people were very envious and jealous from the experience because, you know, in certain tribes in Africa, a lot of witchcraft is practiced. And so I was young, you know, I was about 14 years old. I'd seen two of fellow relatives that were represented from my father's side of the family. I won't say any names, but let's just say there were two people that were a part of the family from my father's side. But you could just see, and I was very aware of reading energy. It's a gift from God, you know. I could just feel someone's spirit, whether it was negative, positive, whether they were coming with good intentions or bad intentions. I could sense that they were coming with bad intentions, and so they were plotting in their car. You know, I was always just drifting away from the wedding because I used to have anxiety in big crowds, you know. Come to think of it, that was an illusion in itself. But yeah, I drifted away from the wedding, and I had seen these two people just plotting, and I could sense that, nah, this is no good. And so when the wedding ended, we went to the forest, and long story short, we were celebrating my brother, and they wanted to plot against him, and the only way they felt they could plot against him was to kill his younger brother. And they succeeded. That's what they did. You know, they poisoned my drink. As soon as I drank it, you know, I felt my body just, you know, dying out. I felt it. From the moment I drank that, I knew, okay, this is no good. But a part of me just said, just keep drinking it. I don't know what. A part of me just said, just keep drinking it. So I kept drinking it, and I downed it, and I finished it. And as the way we get home, I got sicker and sicker. I got weaker and weaker. And I could feel my soul leave my body. I could feel it drift away. And I remember the moment where I had lost the feeling of my legs. I had lost the feeling of speaking. I had lost the ability to operate my body. And I was lying in my deathbed with my younger brother, my father, my mother praying for me. And she was just throwing, you know, anointing oil, water, holy water, if you would say. She was just throwing it on me. And I was just staring at the ceiling. And I remember just rolling my eyes back. My father was like, no, 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 no. And my soul left my body. I had died in that moment. The feeling was euphoric. It was peaceful, but yet terrifying at the same time. And I could just feel like I'm leaving this earth. I'm gone. Now, when you leave this realm and you leave this dimension, you're in like a black hole. I don't know how to explain it. For the fellow people who have experienced NDEs, they know what I'm saying. I never saw Jesus. I never saw God. I never saw the devil. I never saw an angel or a demon. All I saw was a shadow figure. And I remember seeing this shadow figure when I was dying, you know, when I was in my deathbed. I remember I just kept on seeing this shadow figure. But because I couldn't speak and I had lost the ability to articulate my speech, I couldn't tell anyone, but I could just see my shadow. So now I'm in this weird black hole space where it's just energy. There's just, when you close your eyes, right, all you see is just a flow of energy and just blackness. And that's what I saw. And I was just wrestling and battling and fighting the shadow. Like it was like we're grappling, you know? For the martial arts, for the mixed martial artists out there, you know what I'm saying. We were just doing all sorts of things. There was a part of fighting. And I know that that was God calling me, or that was just the spirit, the God within me telling myself that this is my purpose. Because before this NDE, I was in a low vibrational state. I was fearful. I was very shameful of myself because I didn't, I felt like I was running down a loop of meaningless behavior that just led me to my own death. And before that, I was playing a lot of sports. I was doing a lot of physical things. That's kind of like the archetype of the warrior. But because of my negative and low vibrational emotions, they were always drifting me away from those things. And this near-death experience reminded me of who I truly am, and that was always a warrior. The archetype of the warrior. That's why I came to this earth. That's why I came to this realm to play the warrior role, to know what it's like to feel, to live life as a warrior. I wanted to feel what it would be to live life as a warrior. And that is my archetype. And so I'm battling with this shadow. I'm fighting with it. I'm wrestling with it. And the whole time I'm losing to the shadow, it allows me to get back up. And I just see all of my life transitions. You know, I all got a glimpse of images throughout the courses of my life, sort of like memories, like a highlight reel. And I was just thinking to myself, my shadow is trying to show me something. It's trying to show me that the whole time I've been here, I've just been fighting. And that I was always meant to fight. And then I woke up, you know, and then they told me that you were in a coma for a week, 2 weeks. For me, it felt like an eternity. It felt like I was in the hyperbolic time chamber for the DBZ fans out there for a year, within a space of a day. I didn't even know. I didn't even feel like, you know, that it was like a week or 3 weeks. It felt like a year. And so when I woke up, I kind of knew and understood that the materialism, the 3D things that this plane produces to us is nothing. It's nothing, because when I died, I took nothing that I had with me. I didn't take anything, my watch, my car, my house, my money. I never took anything. And then I understood. I understood what I was meant to do, who I was meant to be, and what I was. And I was a warrior. That's what I took from my NDE experience. That's what happened to me when I died. and came back. So for those who have died and come back, they know what I'm saying. For those who haven't, they'll think I'm crazy. Let them think I'm crazy. It's cool. But I've slowly realized in this life, you have to think of yourself as bigger. You have to think of yourself as God because you are the God within you. And that's what I realized. Call me crazy. But when you look in my eyes, you're looking at light, you're looking at God. You're looking at a true warrior who has died and come back and has risen like, Jesus, like God. And that in itself gives you hints that we are the people we read about and we study and worship. It's just that this world has played tricks on us into forgetting about who we truly are. And that's what I learned from Guy.